rocking with the Brick.
You're listening to The Local Show with Trevor.
You need new bands. Everyone knows rock attained perfection in 1974. It's a scientific fact.
Yeah, you got me. You found me. Once again, The Local Show. Music out of Skagit, out of Whatcom area. My name is Trevor. Thanks for tuning in to the program. A lot to get to, including an interview I'm very excited about. Speaking with Kyle Kinane, the comedian. You might have seen him. Kyle Kinane, famous of Comedy Central and many of his own stand-up specials. That'll be coming up about 15 minutes till the top of the hour. He's got a show at the Lincoln on the 10th. Make sure you catch all of that. Music on the way from Robert Sarzan Blake from Honestly No. And this is Her Name Was Princess, H.G. Cedars. And it's here on The Local Show.
On her hand, but she takes yours. Those fingers dance along the board, all looking for some resolution. Each letter comes out through the eye, like how and when and where do you die. Three angles spelling out solutions. You dabble with the dark you get to ask a soul that time forgets. If there's a moment, then it's now. Well, H.G. Cedars died in 1945, and he ain't got time to save anyone anyway, no how. And you don't take advice from anyone who's 6 feet underground. That back keeps filling up with blood from where you store your love. Displacement gets so damn depressing. That pump's the only sound you hear that's pounding in your mouth, your ears, and silence might be a little blessing. Well, thinking back upon the past, baptisms each negate the last, and never feeling quite anointed. When that red first hits your lungs, you'll meet the Father, Ghost, and Son, and I swear you'll all be disappointed. But you don't need anyone to let you know you're drowning. Just playing in the dark, blinding, gliding on the spark, amused and frightened from confusion. Speaking softly with the dead, of playing tricks their hands are led to, secrets leaving no conclusion. And I won't take advice from anyone who's 6 feet underground. But I don't need anyone to let me know I'm drowning.
He's always been drinking, he's always been drinking, he's always been drinking again. The last time I saw her out in the town, she had all 4 sheets in the wind. At first I was afraid to join the parade, but soon enough I joined in. Zoe was drinking, Zoe was drinking, Zoe was drinking again. Started on on a Sunday and moved to a Monday. Tuesday with a country band too. Wednesday found us out at the Grand, something we all used to do. The band still plays, but I'm afraid the nights I make it all few. Well, Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking again. And she says I'm going to Mexico. I said I've heard that line before. She said, you don't believe me, you don't believe me, you'll never believe me, it's true. Though all I've said, though often read, is all so blue. But if you won't trust, I'll do what I must. I'll fly away from you. That's when I just say Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking again. So many places we want to go. Talk about it again and again. But the places we end up are the places we've already been. But Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking, Zoe's been drinking again. And me too. What else can I do? I like to be with my friends. You should come too, there's plenty to do. We're not worried about when we'll get home. Then you'll be singing, then you'll be swinging, then you'll be drinking again.
so sharp, like the sticks I used to whittle. I think that there's a reason I felt small when I was little. Don't say, spit. So quiet in the passenger seat that Kennedy and Khrushchev couldn't know the way I feel, and now it's 3 a.m. and I can't get myself to sleep. There's something unaccounted. I lost track of counting sheep. When I see you, man, I'm back to 17. I'm living out the echoes of American dreams. And 3 a.m. and I can't get myself to sleep. There's something unaccounted. I lost track of counting sheep. Say something. Say something. Say
Right out of Bellingham, that is Dollar Bird and a rocker called Missoula here on the local show where the cowboy boots meet the Doc Martens. Stay tuned. Be right back with Northwest Tracks.
Struggling with a tricky project or tackling a DIY gone wrong? Sound Cedar Lumber are the local experts. Whether you're building a deck, replacing siding, or making repairs, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to guide you every step of the way. Turn that oops into a wow at prices that'll make you smile. When quality matters, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to turn your vision into reality. Conveniently located on the Anderson Road exit or visit soundcedar.com. Sound Cedar Lumber, building dreams one project at a time.
Become part of history and join over 1,000 existing members who support the historic Lincoln Theater. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive benefits like member-only pre-sales for advanced ticketed events, a $2 discount on general admission to all regular films and Lincoln Theater-sponsored events, and 10% off all concessions, plus exclusive offers at select local businesses with your Lincoln membership card. Your support helps keep film, live music, and theater performances vital in Skagit County. Visit lincolntheater.org to become a member or gift a membership today.
The kids today. These kids today. You've heard the critics. The kids don't read anymore. They're lost in cell phone brain drain. Come into Docking Bay 93 and see the exceptions. Docking Bay 93 is the home for board games, books, and graphic novels. Explore your imagination. Adventure, danger, and excitement awaits you in the world of science fiction and fantasy. Don't know where to start? Just ask the professional imagination engineers at Docking Bay 93 and dockingbay93.com.
KBRC, The Brick.
You're listening to The Local Show with Trevor.
You'd Horny Dave, a hell of a man.
Hell of a friend.
A hell of a lover.
That is Kyle Kinane, and this is Northwest Tracks. Kyle Kinane of Comedy Central, and also the voices of some of the cartoon characters that you hear out there. That was him on Bob's Burgers. Going to be my guest about 15 minutes until the top of the hour. He's got a show coming up at the Lincoln on the 10th. Until then.
Now it's time for Northwest Tracks, here on The Local Show.
This group out of Portland, Oregon, some great shows. I remember some of the days. This is a band the late 90s, early 2000s, put out some great records, did some great shows around the West. This is I Can Lick Any SOB in the House. This one's called Playin' Dumb. It's here at Northwest Tracks and The Local Show. Just Playing Dumb with I Can Lick Any SOB in the House. That is tonight's Northwest Tracks. You can always reach me. An email would be great. It's the local show at KBRC.com. Give me your music if you got files to send me, or just say hello. I'd love to hear from you what you think of the show. Later on, speaking with Kyle Kinane, comedian extraordinaire's got a show at the Lincoln on the 10th, coming right around the corner. This is Forrest Stoke, his cover of Dragula.
Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula. And I am the one exterminating sun, slipping through the trees, strangling the breeze. Watching angels cry while they slowly turn, conquering the world. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula. And I am the pool spreading from the fool, weak and what you need, nowhere as you bleed. The skin, knuckle crack the bone, 21 to win. And I am the dog hound of hell, you cry, devil on your back, I can never die. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. I slam in the back of my Dragula.
1,000 watts of local music power, Sunday nights on KBRC.
Hello, love, your face is crowding my imagination. Hello, love, is this just a flirtation? Hello, love, it wasn't like this last year, eh? Hello, love, I wish it was all crystal clear. Hello, love, I know I want you. Hello, love, I know you're speaking the color blue. Hello, love, it wasn't like this yesterday. Hello, love, maybe you are my doomsday. Hello, love. Hello, love. Hello, love. Hello, love, maybe you are my doomsday.
The Mariannes doing Hello Love. And the local show. Y'all sit tight. Stay tuned now, you hear?
You're
The
rocking with
kids
the brick.
today. These kids today. You've heard the critics. The kids don't read anymore. They're lost in cell phone brain drain. Come into Docking Bay 93 and see the exceptions. Docking Bay 93 is the home for board games, books, and graphic novels. Explore your imagination. Adventure, danger, and excitement await you in the world of science fiction and fantasy. Don't know where to start? Just ask the professional imagination engineers at Docking Bay 93 and dockingbay93.com.
Become part of history and join over 1,000 existing members who support the historic Lincoln Theater. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive benefits like member-only pre-sales for advanced ticketed events, a $2 discount on general admission to all regular films and Lincoln Theater-sponsored events, and 10% off all concessions, plus exclusive offers at select local businesses with your Lincoln membership card. Your support helps keep film, live music, and theater performances vital in Skagit County. Visit lincolntheater.org to become a member or gift a membership today.
Struggling with a tricky project or tackling a DIY gone wrong? Sound Cedar Lumber are the local experts. Whether you're building a deck, replacing siding, or making repairs, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to guide you every step of the way. Turn that oops into a wow at prices that'll make you smile. When quality matters, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to turn your vision into reality. Conveniently located on the Anderson Road exit or visit soundcedar.com. Sound Cedar Lumber, building dreams one project at a time.
Your home for local music. This is The Local Show.
Where do you come up with this stuff? Your mind is so beautiful!
Ah, well, thank you. This is Trevor, and this is The Local Show. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to be speaking with Kyle Kinane. He's going to be appearing at the historic Lincoln Theater on the 10th. Get your tickets where you get your tickets, if it hasn't sold out yet. Until then, this is Kilmer out of Bellingham, called River. And it's here on The Local Show.
Away. find myself shaking in sheets and blankets. There's war to keep me safe. And I know when you come home, everything will be fine. At least for now, it's me you love, but it's a matter of time before you find out just how much I've been holding you back. I'm just a disease that has slipped right through the cracks. I'm just a disease that you caught when you were young. A blessed thing that you've been carrying around for years. And I wrote the prophecy. I know the day will come. You'll find us someone to present you with the cure. I'm just a disease that you caught when you were young and dumb. I'm just a disease. I'm just a disease.
That is Neurodive Disease here, and this is the local show. We also heard Lip Stitch doing Same Day. Thanks for tuning in to the program. You can always catch me here like rain on your weekend. Always count on me bringing you music from Skagit, from Whatcom. This here, Sour Fuzz. It's To the End.
Passing by, done in my own life. Not defending my defense, blame it all on me. To the end, will be. To the
Watts of local music power. Sunday nights on KBRC.
You're rocking with the Brick.
Struggling with a tricky project or tackling a DIY gone wrong? Sound Cedar Lumber are the local experts. Whether you're building a deck, replacing siding, or making repairs, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to guide you every step of the way. Turn that oops into a wow at prices that'll make you smile. When quality matters, trust Sound Cedar Lumber to turn your vision into reality. Conveniently located on the Anderson Road exit or visit soundcedar.com. Sound Cedar Lumber, building dreams one project at a time.
Become part of history and join over 1,000 existing members who support the historic Lincoln Theater. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive benefits like member-only pre-sales for advanced ticketed events, a $2 discount on general admission to all regular films and Lincoln Theater-sponsored events, and 10% off all concessions, plus exclusive offers at select local businesses with your Lincoln membership card. Your support helps keep film, live music, and theater performances vital in Skagit County. Visit lincolntheater.org to become a member or gift a membership today.
The kids today. These kids today. You've heard the critics. The kids don't read anymore. They're lost in cell phone brain drain. Come into Docking Bay 93 and see the exceptions. Docking Bay 93 is the home for board games, books, and graphic novels. Explore your imagination. Adventure, danger, and excitement await you in the world of science fiction and fantasy. Don't know where to start? Just ask the professional imagination engineers at Docking Bay 93 and dockingbay93.com.
KBRC, The Brick.
You're listening to The Local Show with Trevor.
First off, I'm a comedian. I shouldn't be a part of anybody's research. Ever. Just ever. But being on the podcast, no. Also, I will tell you to trust the science. But know this, I also get sunburns every year. Multiple sunburns. And that science has been out there since the sun.
Kyle Kinane's going to be at the Lincoln Theater on the 10th. Get your tickets if you can. Kyle Kinane, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me. What's happening?
Questions that I had for you. Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I am from a town called Addison, Illinois. It's about 20 miles outside of Chicago.
So where are you now? Where do you live now? What's home base?
I live in Portland, Oregon now.
No kidding, do you?
Yeah, I've been there since 2020. That's what I like about it, is that it is a city, but it doesn't feel like a massive city. So I could still have my needs of being nearby a city and the amenities that it offers, but also I could be 20 minutes out into the woods pretty quick.
What was your first time on a stand-up stage as a comic? Walk on or professionally or whatever?
First time I ever tried stand-up, if you exclude my 5th grade talent show, or you can include it, that was technically the first time I did stand-up, was in 5th grade. And I took a long hiatus until I was 22 years old. And I always liked stand-up. I always was a fan of it, but living in the suburbs, this is pre-internet, I had no idea how somebody started to do stand-up. There'd be a comedy club, but I wasn't going to comedy clubs. It was all kind of, this is a 99, so you're seeing a lot of stuff for like midnight. Like I would see Mitch Hedberg, and I'm like, well, this guy speaks to me. But a lot of it was still the holdover sitcom dad kind of stand-up. And so then I saw an ad, and I think it was in the Daily Herald newspaper. I was working at a gas station. I would read all the newspapers in the morning. Like, okay, there's an open casting call for this comedy festival. You sign up at Zany's Comedy Club downtown. Everybody gets 2 minutes. Well, here it is. Here's how you sign up to do stand-up comedy. I am working in a gas station. I really don't have much else going on. I have no excuse not to try this. And I'd been going to school for writing, but really what I was writing was more or less would be stand-up. I was writing stuff to make the other kids in class laugh. I went down there and I signed up and I waited around and I saw all these people that were not sitcom dad types, like all these amateur comedians, because it was for a big HBO comedy festival. So they all knew about it already. They were from all Minnesota, Michigan. They were all over the Midwest. And I saw all these different comics, so many different styles. I'm like, there is so much of this out there. I did it. I got on stage. Nobody knew who I was. I didn't get any laughs, but I did the thing. And then still didn't really know how to get into it. I went to college a year later. I saw somebody that was in my class at college that I saw at that casting call. And I just right away, I was like, oh, how do you do this? He taught me about open mics, where to go, how to do it. And that was summer of 99. All summer I went to watch open mic comedy. I didn't sign up, and only because I focused on the people that did poorly, who kept coming back week to week. And I was like, well, if they can do it, it wasn't the people that were great. I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to be like that someday. I was like, I think I'm at least better than the worst person here. And they have enough courage to keep coming back and doing this. Again, I have no excuse to not try this. And that, from there on out, at the end of the summer, I started to sign up, and it's been going since then. So,
when do you plan to succeed?
Honestly, I
Oh,
was
no.
going through a crisis just recently where I was like, so and so's got this, and so so's touring in a tour bus, and I was like, why don't you think about what you have instead of what you don't have?
Yeah, that's the right attitude.
Yeah.
I was looking at your schedule online of where they are taking you when you went 5 nights in a row in Sacramento, and you're
Yeah.
and then you're in Bend, and you're back and forth. Is it grueling? I mean, you're in a hotel right now. You look pretty comfortable now,
I am in a hotel.
but
Yeah.
is it pretty rough out there doing that?
I mean, some people sit and spend, more than 12 hours a week in their car just to go to a job they don't want to do. So I think if my commute is sitting on an airplane asleep, that's not so bad. It's still in its essence a freelance gig, and you get in that mindset of like, well, if I don't say yes to this job, they won't hire me next year. It's like, at what point is it just a regular job where like, oh, I forgot to do all the things I wanted to do with my life because I was worried about working so much?
Oh, no, definitely Snowbird, where you're at now. You can go south for the winter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I just work. I just go to wherever, I just go do comedy all winter, and then summer I just hang out.
Who were some of your influences when you decided, or when you were thinking about it when you got in? Who did you grow up liking and enjoying?
It was always, I mean, the first time I saw Mitch Hedberg on a TV show, in between you had your Tim the Tool Man Taylors and this and that. And when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, he makes a noise and that's funny. And this guy's talking about his wife and kids. And then Hedberg was, I mean, Stephen, he kind of, is the natural successor of Stephen Wright. And I didn't go to the old Henny Youngman one-liner guys, but I knew Stephen Wright as this from the 70s and 80s between him and Robin Williams and all these manic styles. But for when I was actually paying attention to stand-up comedy, Hedberg was the guy that stood out for me and didn't look like anybody else, didn't seem like he felt like he belonged there, and had a different attitude toward, like, his the way he viewed the world was what was appealing to me. And then Dave Attell's just undeniable. That's just an undeniable. But I was of that ilk of, man, Judy Tenuta was one that I put her in the same category as Hedberg and all these other ones, where she would, that was some of the most punk rock stuff before I even knew what punk rock was, that she had an accordion and would spit her gum at the audience and say, crawl for it, pigs. Like, that's so awesome. That's so great.
I haven't heard her name in a long time. I haven't thought about her or heard that name in a long time.
She was one where if she was on one of the stand-up shows, we were like, that was the one to watch.
Have you ever done any of the big late night talk shows? I've looked at your stuff. I know your voiceover work and cartoons and stuff, but have you ever done one of the late night shows?
Yeah, I did a Tonight Show. I had 2 or 3 Conans, a couple of Carson Dailies, if we want to throw that name around. I think those were the late night ones that I had.
That was a side question, wasn't even on my list, but I've always been fascinated by comics and comedy and how much harder it is to get up there than it is to just tell a joke. I mean, I can sit at the bar and tell a joke and get some cackles or whatever, but what you do and what other comedians do is probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever observed. What sticks in your head? Like, hey, that sounds like a good bit, or that was a funny story that, how do you go through that?
Well, I mean, I'll correct you. It's a hard job to do well, but it's not hard at all to get on stage and talk to people. The whole fear of public speaking. Once you do it, you're like, oh yeah, I didn't die. I'll come back next week and do it. But to get to the point where like, oh, I know how to play a crowd, and like, all right, this bit goes into this bit and this builds on top of it. That I think that just comes with experience. And I don't have a writing process. I think I've broken myself in a way that I don't know how to not think about things, like to my own fault. I don't know how to process things not through comedy. which has had an effect on relationships.
So it's a lifestyle. I mean, it's a
That-
thinking way and a lifestyle as much as it is a job. I mean, it's who you are.
yeah, and sometimes I don't know if I've blocked off other emotions because like, oh, it'd be funny if I told like, why don't you have the feeling first and then figure out why it could be funny later. But that's how I always was picking up on why, probably to an obnoxious extent. Now that I made it as comedy, I'm not as desperate to be the funniest guy in the room when I'm just hanging out. But
Sure.
yeah, there's no writing process. It's just kind of, oh, this is an interesting idea. I would like to see if I could make it funny.
Well, I mean, okay, so you've got an idea like that. Do you take it to the stage? Are you like are you memorizing any kind of set, or I'm going to do this story and this story and this story, and you just jump up and freestyle?
I mean, that's what the open mics are for. It's going, all right, I think this is the observation. If people laugh at the initial part of it, I know it's got something there. Let's keep going with it. I've thrown stuff out that it's dead 3 times I do it. Nobody cares. It's not going to make it. It's not in front of 3 different crowds and nobody cares. All right, it's not as interesting as I thought it was. But if it's interesting and people laugh, that gives me the confidence and the leeway to start playing around with it. And then, okay, they laughed at this part and this part and this part. Now we keep that in there. Now that's part of the bit.
So an evolution that goes on over a process. Sure.
Yeah,
Like
and you keep adding until there's a tangible moment when, and that was too much. That was too far. So,
right. Has anybody tried heckling you in a while?
Not anything exceptionally. I mean, I work in a bar at night. People are going to be drunk, and I think, especially for my comedy, if you bought a ticket to see me, I'm not going to do the crowd work thing and this and that. So it's kind of like, hey, it's not that kind of show. And for the most part, people shut it down. There's always somebody that
thinks they're funny,
thinks they're funny, or then there's always a jealousy thing. If the lady's laughing and the guy's insecure, and so he's got to be the funny one. And then if you embarrass them by saying something, they're like, but that's thankfully very few and far between.
Right. That seems like there's always a potential bomb in the audience when you get out there in front of drunk people. Like you said, there's potentially all the time, maybe.
Well, and if I was making all these clips to put online, say, look how I got this heckler, look how I dealt with this heckler, and then that's going to attract people to the show. They're like, oh, I'm going to help you by heckling. Yeah. That's why I've had clips where I dealt with hecklers and they were good. I don't put them online. I don't want to encourage that. I don't want those people.
No, because that's what it would do. You would just get a flood of that then after that.
Yeah. I don't. I want people to sit there and enjoy the things that I've been practicing.
Right, of course. I can't remember which one of your specials it's in, but I about swallowed my tongue on the calamari joke. You still eat calamari?
I can't. I'm mostly vegetarian. I make some exceptions here and there, but calamari was the worst because the octopus. It's too smart. I can't. They're too smart. So that one's gone. Unfortunately, fortunately for them, but for me, I was like too smart, and trust me, I've come up with far grosser descriptions for bodily functions and food relation things that I can separate the creativity from the facts, but I've ruined it for some other people.
So your show here at the Lincoln Theater, we'll get back on track a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, not to talk down to the Lincoln Theater, but it's a small venue in a small little town, and you're playing some bigger venues in bigger cities. I was curious, what is bringing you to the Lincoln? Glad to have you, but how did that get on your radar?
I wouldn't say it's in town, but it's in the Northwest at a time of year where I could take my mountain bike out there with me. So some of these bookings are selfish. I promise you, I'm gonna do my best on the show. But also like, oh, there's some trails out there I could check out, or some hikes I can do.
Oh yeah, you'll love it.
Once again, Pacific Northwest in the good weather. That's by summertime. I have shows in the summertime, but they're in Oregon and Washington and all places where I can go bring a bike. that's why this one's going on, because I do shows in Olympia with him. Now it's an annual thing with me and Sam Miller. Sam's phenomenal. We're doing the show in Olympia. Now it's an annual show. And it's done, but Travis books it. I trust Travis with whatever else he wants to bring up. So that's why he brought up the show. And I was like, if you're booking it and Sam's coming with no problem.
Awesome.
That was an instant yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's April 10th at the Lincoln Theater here in Mount Vernon. And I'm guessing there's some tickets available. Maybe. We'll see when this airs. Kyle Kinane, thank you so much for joining me here on the program. And one more time, April 10th at the Lincoln Theater. Where is your website for people who want to look at your schedule and such?
It would be kylekinane.com. It's probably the most concise area to find that stuff.
You can probably get tickets right there at the Lincoln Theater, possibly the night of. Definitely look them up online. My name is Trevor. This is the local show, music out of Skagit and Whatcom. Stay tuned next week. I have some new songs for you. Like my mom always said, if you can't be good, try to be careful. If you get caught, don't call home.
You're rocking with the Brick.